We've all been there. It's late at night, the room is dark, and everyone else seems to be sound asleep. But you're wide awake, your mind racing with thoughts you can't seem to quiet. You try to will yourself to sleep, but the harder you try, the more elusive it becomes. This, my friends, is a classic example of our struggle to control the uncontrollable. Sleep, like many other bodily functions and emotional responses, operates outside the realm of our conscious control. We can create conducive environments and engage in relaxing routines, but ultimately the act of falling asleep is a surrender, a letting go. When we fight this natural process, we create resistance, tension, and ultimately more wakefulness. This scenario, though frustrating, offers a valuable lesson. It highlights the futility of trying to force something that defies our direct control. We can't simply decide to sleep, just like we can't choose to instantly stop feeling anxious or erase a painful memory. These experiences remind us that we are not always at the helm of our own ships. The human desire for control is deeply ingrained. It stems from our need to feel safe, secure, and certain in a world that often feels unpredictable. We crave a sense of order, a belief that we can influence outcomes and shape our experiences according to our will. However, this desire for control, while understandable, can become a double-edged sword. Our brains are wired for survival, constantly scanning for threats and seeking ways to maintain equilibrium. When we encounter situations that trigger fear, uncertainty, or a perceived loss of control, our nervous system responds with a cascade of physiological and emotional reactions. These reactions, often automatic and beyond our conscious awareness, are designed to protect us from harm. However, in our modern world, these primal responses aren't always helpful. Our fight-or-flight mode, designed to protect us from immediate physical danger, can be triggered by everyday stressors like work deadlines, social anxieties, or the relentless pressure to succeed. This is where our attempts to exert control can backfire. When we try to suppress or deny our natural emotional responses, we engage in an internal battle that ultimately creates more suffering. Trying to force ourselves to sleep when our bodies are wired to be awake, pretending to be happy when sadness lingers, or ignoring our anxieties only amplifies their intensity. Imagine trying to hold a beach ball underwater. The harder you push, the more forcefully it wants to pop back up. Similarly, when we resist our emotions, we create internal pressure that can manifest in unhealthy ways. This can lead to increased anxiety, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and even physical symptoms like headaches or digestive issues. Furthermore, the act of suppression takes a toll on our emotional well-being. It reinforces the belief that our authentic selves are not acceptable, that we need to hide or deny parts of ourselves to be loved or accepted. This internal conflict can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, and a disconnect from our true nature. Section 4. Embracing the flow. Finding peace in acceptance and natural progression. So, if fighting our natural responses is counterproductive, what's the alternative? The answer lies in acceptance and allowing. This doesn't mean resigning ourselves to a life of passivity or giving up on our goals. Instead, it's about recognizing that true peace comes from surrendering to what is, rather than engaging in a futile battle against the currents of life. When we accept our present experience without judgment, we create space for healing and growth. This means acknowledging our emotions, both pleasant and unpleasant, without trying to change or suppress them. It means recognizing that discomfort is a natural part of life, and that our struggles often hold valuable lessons. This practice of acceptance is not a one-time event, but rather a continuous process of self-awareness and compassion. It's about meeting ourselves where we are, without judgment or criticism. It's about recognizing that our worthiness is not contingent upon our ability to control every aspect of our experience. Section 5. Letting go of the reins. Discovering freedom in uncontrollable moments. When we surrender our need for control, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We allow ourselves to be present in the moment, to experience the full spectrum of human emotions without judgment. We learn to ride the waves of life, knowing that even in the midst of uncertainty, there is a certain beauty in the unfolding. This doesn't mean we become passive observers in our own lives. We can still set intentions, work towards our goals, and make choices that align with our values. However, we do so from a place of acceptance, knowing that we cannot control every outcome. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. It frees us from the burden of trying to micromanage every aspect of our lives and allows us to find joy in the present moment. It teaches us that true strength lies not in our ability to control the uncontrollable, but in our willingness to embrace the unknown with courage and grace. Section 6. The Unexpected Gifts of Surrender. Finding growth and letting go. The beauty of surrendering to the uncontrollable is that it often leads us to unexpected destinations. When we let go of our rigid plans and expectations, we create space for serendipity, for those unplanned moments that often hold the greatest gifts. Think about a time when something didn't go according to plan, but ultimately led to a positive outcome. Perhaps a job opportunity fell through, leading to a more fulfilling career path. Or, a relationship ended, creating space for a deeper, more authentic connection. These experiences remind us that sometimes the greatest growth comes from letting go of what we think we want and trusting that something even better is waiting for us. When we surrender to the wisdom of the universe, we open ourselves up to possibilities we could have never imagined. Section 7. A Tapestry of Acceptance. Embracing the uncontrollable for a richer life. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, ease and struggle, control and surrender. It's in the interplay of these contrasting elements that we discover the richness and depth of the human experience. To deny the uncontrollable is to deny ourselves the fullness of life. So the next time you find yourself struggling to control the uncontrollable, remember this: you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the awareness that witnesses them all. And within that awareness lies the power to choose acceptance, to find peace in the present moment, and to embrace the unpredictable journey of life with courage and an open heart.